Welcome to Alive with Amanda. We're going to be talking about the one thing I do every single day to keep an eye on my private practice. So I look at the numbers every day. There are two things that I monitor, and that is my bank account and my TherapyNotes account. So every single day I look at the bank account. I review what revenue was brought in and what went out. So I actually keep a Google sheet of what's going to come out of my account every single week. That helps me keep track of what's coming and going. So I always know that there is enough money in that account, that I have a cushion, and that something isn't coming out that isn't supposed to, or that I don't have any surprises. And so I take a look every single day. Again, what money's come in and what money has come out, and is that generally what is supposed to be coming in and out. And I compare that to two things. One, my Excel sheet or my Google sheet, and then two, the therapy account revenue report. I love TherapyNotes. I'm going to talk to you about them being a sponsor, but the reason that I really love TherapyNotes is because of the reporting that they have. I can pull up a revenue report so easily, and then I can cross-reference several things in that revenue report. I can cross-reference locations, payer, so it really helps me to monitor what's coming and going. So I take a look at the revenue report for all of the clinicians in the total practice every single day. I want to know, are we hitting our goals? That's one of the most important things is, are we hitting our revenue goals? Because all of the rest is sort of like moot, right? Like I can make goals and I can adjust certain things if we're not hitting the revenue report, but that's the number one thing that is telling me, is my business healthy today? If we aren't hitting our revenue report, are we waiting on a bunch of insurance claims? Have the therapist taken credit card payments? Are we getting enough intakes? Are people rebooking enough? So I'm able to review a bunch of different metrics from there. But if we're hitting our revenue goal, then I'm like, yes, not that I'm going to assume that those things are done, but generally speaking, I can assume those things are done, and I can say, okay, I know we're doing what we need to do. If I want to increase that revenue goal, I need to increase the number of intakes that we're scheduling, which probably means I need to hire more people, maybe expand a location. If we are getting enough intakes, but our revenue is not increasing, maybe people haven't rescheduled, or we've lost a therapist, or there's a bunch of different reasons. And then I'll go and attack that problem. And so by looking at my bank account and looking at my TherapyNotes revenue account, it can tell me everything I need to know for that day. And what do I need to tackle that day? I'm going to talk about how those numbers are really important to look at in a general basis, but first I do want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. If you're looking for an electronic health record that can really help you monitor your key performance indicators for your practice, it can help you run reports, it can help you run your practice. So this isn't just about having an electronic health record to bill your clients and have them fill out paperwork. This is really about running your practice. If you are looking to really have an understanding of your numbers, TherapyNotes is an excellent electronic health record. They also offer really great support in helping you run that individual client, meaning a portal for your clients. You can send paperwork, you can take the credit card payment, they have a free telehealth option, you can bill insurance, and they do it while all having wonderful customer support. So please be sure to check out TherapyNotes. When you're running a group practice or even a solo practice that you really want to be successful, you need to know your numbers. So often I meet with people and I'm like, hey, do you know your numbers? And they don't know their numbers. They don't know what necessarily their revenue is. They don't necessarily know what their expenses are. They don't know what their per person average is. They don't know how many intakes. That's probably one of the most significant numbers that I realize people don't know. They don't know how many calls they're getting, and they don't know how many intakes they have in a given month. Those two key performance indicators are so important. And while that doesn't directly show in your revenue report and reviewing your bank statements, those two numbers are going to drive those numbers, right? If you have more intakes, you're probably going to have more revenue. If you have a lot of calls, you're probably going to have more intakes and you're probably going to have more revenue. And so I want you to take away from this talk today is that you do need to not stick your head in the sand and ignore your numbers. You need to look at your numbers on a regular basis. If you don't want to look every day, that's okay. And then I do recommend not looking any less than once a week. If you have a time, maybe every Friday when you're not seeing clients, take a look at your numbers, review where you're at, see if you're hitting your goals, so that way you can have the successful private practice that you want. I'm here most days answering your questions. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.